Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew, where family's everything.
Until it's not. I'm Aunt. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Aunt. You just got a little energy.
I did all of a sudden. I had a little sip of my protein drink, and now I'm ready to go. Okay, Southern Charm. Okay, can I just start with my first thought of Southern Charm?
Sure.
First of all, they should have put more weights in JT's waiters. Because if I wouldn't have minded if he floated away. He's so annoying.
I hate him.
I can't. But
I
I'm
can't
going to
stand
tell
him.
you, these boys are starting, and I call them boys because that's what I think of Shep, Austin, and Craig. It's sort of boys. And these boys are getting old. And they're kind of starting to wear on me, to tell
Just
you
Shep.
the truth. Shep is just not Craig. Craig just like wants a Little House on the Prairie. He's like the new Michael Landon.
Craig's Conspiracy Hour could be a new spinoff on.
Oh my God, I love a good conspiracy. So, and I agreed with him.
Do you put on the aluminum foil on your head when you?
No,
think
but
of them?
you know what? I was going to make myself a little tin hat and wear it today. I thought that would have been funny, but I didn't want any of the environmentalists to get mad at me. I was wasting tinfoil.
Oh yeah,
That's
we don't
all
need
I
the
could think
rumors
of.
about us.
All I could think about is how many people are upset they're wasting tinfoil right now and making sure they put it in the recycling bin.
Exactly.
So no, I wished I agree with Craig on one issue, and I won't share which issue it was.
It's okay. We're good with that.
Yeah. I like a good conspiracy, though.
Taylor and Olivia's scene was so forced, and I felt bad for her parents
exactly
they
what
clearly
I
didn't know what was going down.
Was this a planned?
No, the producers planned it.
Yeah, I said Taylor. Let's see.
Taylor didn't want to have that conversation. She was over it. I mean, Olivia was over it.
I wrote something about it, that it was obviously a like a scripted.
No, it wasn't scripted. The producers were like,
not scripted.
No, the producers were like, Taylor, bring this up. And Olivia had no idea that they were going to go back to it. And so then Olivia was over it, and Olivia was just like, whatever, and then brought her suitcase. It was the most savage thing I've ever seen. And Taylor's poor parents that probably had no idea what was going on, and then bounced and left, and then went over to Shep's house, which apparently is right down on the hill.
That is where I felt there was a little pre-planning of like the ladies were going to be showing up at his house.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
But I think that Taylor really thought that Olivia was staying at her house, and I think producer said to Olivia, "If you don't want to stay there, you don't have to. You can stay at Shep's." And then left. she like bolted. gave it the smallest amount of effort that she could, and then she bounced.
And now I want to say I was sort of surprised that Taylor's mountain home is nicer than Shep's.
Yeah. Taylor's is beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful home. Like I wasn't quite expecting that. And her parents are lovely. They seem like very nice people. They've obviously also had a loss.
Yeah, of
course. And that is devastating, as we know, because we lost somebody young this week too. Yeah. And so maybe that was a little fresh for me, this episode.
So you had more empathy for like the whole situation.
Yeah, I had more sympathy and empathy for Olivia and how raw it must be for her with everybody giving her bracelets and all
I'm liking Olivia more.
Well, you know what the thing is? People
show you who they are through trauma and grief.
Well, not only that, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Yeah.
But I just thought she's going through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't always respond the way you want them to when someone passes, because it's uncomfortable for them.
Yeah, of course.
And people are usually just trying to do the right thing, and they don't know how to do the right thing. And everybody deals with grief differently. And I give Olivia even credit for just filming this.
Yep, I agree.
And finishing the season, because a lot of people wouldn't have. Like, just to get yourself up and get yourself made up and have the squad come over. Yeah. Okay.
So, what did you think of Shep's meltdown?
Which one? At the end?
I was at the end.
Well, whenever it was, over the ping pong.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh yeah. That one.
I can't.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
like
ridiculous. Again, you're a grown man. Oh, but I mean, we need to talk about a few things before we get right to the ending. First of all,
The dinner looked great.
JT is like a little man boy, is all I could say.
A Furby.
Yeah, like I don't know how to describe it. When he was in the waiters, I just thought, oh, he's just like it's like a little Boy Scout there. He's like 17 years old trying to get his Eagle Scout badge. That's all I can think of. Is he just looks like an Eagle Scout badge. And you know what? You can invite me to Magic Mike, but don't invite me fly fishing ever.
Okay.
I can't think of anything that looks more boring in my life. Oh, maybe
wow.
golf. I mean, I don't like golf either.
Okay.
Did you think the fly fishing looked
No,
fun?
it was
So boring. And
yeah,
you know what's even worse is that like Shep is a big guy and he's, you know, rugged and Austin's a big guy and I just know it just made it worse.
Okay.
You know, but that they have a certain amount of ruggedness, and then here comes this one. He's falling down and loading his pants. I thought the current was going to take him away, and then he stayed in them at the winery.
Yep.
Oh my God, what a stupid idiot! Oh my God, what happened to his clothes? Oh, they were all wet, so he had to go nude. Oh my God, his little. You know what happens when you get cold? I'm just going to say that. Don't you think it was interesting that we found out that Olivia had a date with Rod before she went to Austin's and took off her bra?
Yeah, but she was ready. That I believe that whole situation. Austin can't lie like without you knowing that he's lying, and he was so that he didn't look like he was lying on that. Olivia didn't, you know, she knew right away.
No, but don't you love that? I mean, how often do you have a date and then go to your ex's house after the date? Have you done that? Have you had a date and then gone to your ex's house for the night?
No, but it must not have been a good date.
Rod, I mean, I'm sorry, but there is no chemistry between those two.
No, not at all. But Olivia told him. That was sad, though. I hope Rod gets written off now. Come on.
Who said there was no chemistry between them? Was it Craig or was
I don't know.
It was Shep. It was Shep. Not Shep. Austin said it. It was Austin. He's right. Craig is romantic.
Yeah, of course.
He's very romantic. He wants kids. He wants a family. He wants the white picket fence. He wants to sew pillows for his babies. And I get where he's at with Paige, but I get Paige's perspective. Like
they're good though. They're good. I think
they're good, but she's still like in the middle. Like she's hot right now.
Did you see her at BravoCon when someone said, "What is your inspiration behind your looks?" And then she was like, "Tonight or just in general?" And then they were like, "In general." And she goes, rich, very rich. That's what I just want. Rich." And she looked at Craig.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I just think like they're hot right now.
They are.
Know, she's
and Paige knows how to make them look like that's the thing. Like they have a look.
Yes.
They have the ability to go like far as a couple, like in entertainment.
Yes. Because she has a great way about her.
She's personality is great.
Yeah. And she's not a mean girl at all. I don't think.
She also has like this, like Hannah Berner that was on Summer House with her. They have their podcast Giggly Squad together. And Paige, like their podcast does like better than almost all these other podcasts.
Oh, really?
Like, because they have like Elizabeth, my sister, listens to their podcast.
Them. Yeah, the 25-year-old.
She doesn't watch Summer House. She doesn't watch Southern Charm.
But she still watches their podcast. Yeah.
Because it's like it hits that millennial Gen Z girl.
But they don't watch my show. That's so funny. Let's see. I get though that they're like in the middle of their careers right now, and it would be silly, but I can also see them in 3 or 4 years getting married. You know, Paige and Craig have, you know, little weebles. Yeah, I can see them being I can see them going forward.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can. And their wedding would definitely be a Bravo special with all kinds of things going on. Who would be the best man?
Absolutely.
Austin? Would Patricia show up? I mean, there's a lot of questions.
That guy. So remember that guy Corey that's on Summer House with them? He's like he's Craig's like best friend from college.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't watch that show, so I don't
So
know.
like he'd probably be a groomsman, but probably Austin. I don't know. Bravo kind of like tries to control that a little when they're footing the bill. You
Yeah,
can't tell
that's
me
true.
you can't tell me that some of these like best like maid of honors and things that we've seen over the years at these Bravo weddings are who these people would have actually picked.
No, of course not. No, of
Danielle
course
Staub
not.
had Melissa Gorga as a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
Like,
It
so.
wouldn't happen. I do think it was funny that Craig was worried about his flowers. And then when he called Paige, she was like, "Where's my bag? Where's my bag?" She didn't care about those damn flowers. She wants to know what bag she's getting from him. And he handled it well. But that's like a young woman thing.
Oh,
where
yeah.
she should just be like, "I got your flowers. Thank you, honey."
Oh, yeah.
And not been demanding, but where's my bag? Where's my bag? That I wasn't
She's
crazy
funny.
about.
I think she's just being funny.
You think so? Oh,
yes.
okay. All right. Let's see. Taylor's parents were lovely. I don't
We
have
already
a
did
problem
that.
with that.
Let's get to Shep's meltdown.
Okay, we'll get to Shep's.
That's it.
I want to say one thing about when Taylor and Olivia were off on the porch.
Okay. It's a lot. Why is the dog walking up all those stairs?
The deck when they were out on the dock.
Why was the dog walking up all those stairs?
I had to rewatch it 4 times because I kept on zoning out. That's important. I just want Bravo to know.
Oh, it was boring.
Boring AF.
But did you watch the dog trying to get up all the stairs after?
Yes.
That was the most entertaining part of the scene.
With this he didn't have his period.
Poor little dog.
anymore.
What if he fell through? She's such an
I know.
She doesn't get the dog fixed.
Shep
She doesn't.
almost
The
killed-
dog falls through. She
Listen,
doesn't care.
Austin almost killed little Craig too, throwing him the ball, and then he saw.
How
about
the fish bone on the table? I still don't think the dog ate that.
I wonder why the dog got sick.
I know. I'm gonna have to one day find that footage.
Yeah, but I kept on going. Do you know what? You girls are so boring.
But Olivia's not. We find out. That's why I want to get to the Shep.
Olivia isn't, but the two of them together were like watching paint dry. Okay, I had to watch.
You keep saying the
times.
end. You keep saying the end. Your the end was long. They didn't just get in a fight. Let's talk about Shep's meltdown. There's a lot here.
No. I'm talking about them on the dock.
I know.
It was boring.
But you keep saying, why go to the end? Why go to the end? No, that was half the episode. What you keep calling the end is half the episode.
Yeah, it was half the episode.
I know. Right. So it's not the end.
I get it. All right. These girls weren't even cast right. That's half the problem too. They're both
we're going back to the girls.
Yeah, I just want to say that they're so boring because
we already did that
exes.
though.
I know, but it's because they're exes. I'm just saying.
I don't think so. It's because
they wouldn't be on the show if they didn't sleep
with Austin.
That's what
you're saying. They came on the show because of other people.
Yeah, but
it's not because they're exes. It's like
no, but they themselves would never be cast.
No.
Never,
Olivia, maybe.
Ever,
I don't know.
Ever. And you know what annoys me too is that Taylor seems to be everyone's priority.
Whose?
Everyone's.
Whose?
Oh, JT's.
Okay.
Austin's.
Why is he? She's not Austin's. Austin throws her under the bus every second since that happened.
Yeah, but they're
at BravoCon. Austin's going, I didn't tell you couldn't tell Olivia. I just said you just said let's keep it to ourselves, and I decided to tell Shep that day. You could have decided to tell Olivia. He's like such an asshole.
So did they sleep together?
No, he's just saying about like the.
All right, I wasn't sure if that happened. Okay, I thought Taylor shouldn't have showed up to the house to begin with. She should have said, "Oh, Olivia showed up. Okay, I didn't know Olivia was going to go stay there. I'm not coming."
Bravo would have said you're fired.
Okay, and then when, Shep had his little meltdown. Did Rod get dumped?
Yeah.
Okay, he's officially dumped.
I mean, they weren't together.
Yeah, well, she said she had other guys, but she didn't say she wanted to pursue him also.
No, she said, no, I'm dating other people and I don't want a future. That's what she said.
That's what she said. How many people is okay to date at a time?
I don't know. I don't.
What do you think?
I don't do that. I don't care. Like
No, but you're young. I mean, to me, I would think.
I don't know many people. I think it's a big facade.
Oh, that she's dating. That means she goes
who the hell are you
on
doing?
1 or 2 dates and then she doesn't go on with them
it's
again.
Too much to keep up with. I can't even text one person back. Why the hell am I going to try to text 6?
I'm trying to think. If I was single, I could see me having 2 or 3.
Okay, maybe.
I don't know what's a number to say you're dating as opposed to you're dating someone versus I'm dating. Does I'm dating mean several or more than one?
I don't know.
And I'm dating someone means one.
I have no idea.
Okay. So you've never had more than one, you've never dated more than one person.
I
at a
usually
time?
messed it up quick.
Okay. So
I
you
probably
just-
had plans to date multiple people at once, but they start dropping like flies once I started to drink.
That's a thing in our family. Which one of it was someone, one of my nieces went to the prom with one and came home with the other. That's all
I think that
I
was
know.
Shauna, my sister.
Oh, I didn't say that. So ping pong.
Oh yeah, he just has a mess. That's
He
it. He's a
is
mess.
But at what age is being a mess ridiculous?
It was
Is
ridiculous.
Shep-
The whole thing.
Taylor, are
and,
we
and
at
Taylor,
the age
and I
where
think Taylor
it's a
said
mess?
Taylor did it wrong. Okay. Taylor, instead of opening the door for now, you should know that your ex-boyfriend is capable of saying anything.
Anything.
Don't think there's nothing off limits because he
Nope.
said on television that he enjoyed cheating on you, which is the worst thing he could have ever said.
Exactly. Sometimes it was fun.
And
Yeah.
the reason why he said that was because you asked him a question. So the
Mhm.
next time when he says, but don't you know I get pissed off, you should have said, no. And I don't give a shit that you get pissed off because you cheated on me. And so I don't
Right.
give a shit what pisses you off.
Right,
Goodbye.
Right. Yeah.
But instead you said, did you care that cheating on me? And
Yeah.
you asked for his opinion and he gave it to you.
No, sometimes it was fun.
So I don't feel bad for Taylor.
No, I didn't either.
You
'Cause
asked a
she was-
question, he gave you an honest answer, and
Yeah.
you didn't like it.
And you know what I told you earlier? When people show you who they are, believe them. Yeah. And
Yes.
Shep has shown everybody who he is. Do you think he'll ever settle down to one person, or is it always going to have to be if you marry Shep that you kind of understand that he's going to step out?
I don't know.
That's a
There's
good
plenty of
question.
people like that. Look at
There's a lot of people like
look at
that.
Tristan Thompson, Chloe's
Yeah.
baby daddy.
Yeah.
I mean, Shep kind of says it. He's not meant for this, so he should go into polyamory,
Where he has a few. He needs sister wives.
because that's different than having an open relationship. That means that you can date other people, which is what I think he needs. Because he's just not like I. There's people that I bet have just like rules where they can bang someone and it works for them. But when you start to have like real relationships with I just find that to be so confusing and like, who has the time for that?
Yeah, totally.
Seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, especially if you have several.
I think it is great.
Hey, you know what? There is one politician that I know most people don't like. I respect her. I don't respect her, but I have to give her credit for one thing. And she's also, well, from the South, Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I know so many people can't stand her, but she wasn't having just one affair. She was having two affairs and a husband, and she ran a construction business. And she was in Congress. And I just think, where did she find the time for all this?
That's what I question about a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, how can you have Congress, a family, a company, and then two guys on the side? God bless her. That's all I could say. I can't imagine.
It's a
That's
lot.
a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And I think that
to keep them all straight. And
we're very lucky that Taylor had such great aim with the wine. Because I would have been really nervous.
That's all I could
No, it
think
didn't
of.
get anywhere on the couch. It got all on Shep's shirt. It didn't go anywhere else.
She didn't
it was like,
have a lot to begin with. Though.
But we're very lucky because I would have been really nervous. And I say this with a lot of like hopeful, like it wouldn't have happened. But Shep seemed unhinged in that moment. And I just felt like if she had gotten it on his mother's, like maybe like pillows or like that like if there was something that like could have been like, that he would have had to deal with other than just his shirt. I just hope he wouldn't have like broken something, punched something. Like, I don't know. He just gets
Don't you think by the time they left the mother's house, it was a disaster anyways? Because you could see they were doing a good juxtaposition of like.
I'm sure he had cleaning company come in. He already had a chef. So
yeah, right. But I mean, you could see the juxtaposition of like Taylor's house is all perfect with the nice little people and the little eggs in the morning. And they all have one scoop and one piece of toast and one, sausage. Yep. And then we go to Shep's house and there's stuff everywhere.
Exactly.
So, I didn't really think they looked like they were having much fun though.
They didn't look like it, but I will say
It wasn't like the old parties.
there was some fun after when the lights went down.
Oh, yes. But you know what else? Don't pick your scabs. And
Ew, I
that
know.
was the truth. Like Craig said it, like an ex is like a scab, and you keep on picking at the scab, it gets worse and worse. Like,
well, he picked it real good.
he picked it. I don't think they slept together. Do you?
Yes, they did.
Did they talk about it? No,
That's
they
what
said they
everyone's
slept here in
saying.
bed. Yeah, everybody said
But
it,
they
they
had
were both
smirks
in
on their face, and he
clothes.
goes, "You were a kissing machine last night."
He did say that. Yeah.
So yeah, come on, let's call it what it is.
Um,
And Olivia was iconic in that moment. That she saw it, she shut the door, and then she ran upstairs
and told
to
everybody.
Austin and Craig.
Yes.
She didn't go to Rod and JT. She went to
No.
Austin and Craig.
Yeah,
and that I thought was iconic.
Yeah, well,
she
you
didn't
have to
even
go
she didn't even go to Rodrigo. And let me tell you something. When Olivia did walk in, that's all I'm gonna say. Who did she go to right away? And who did she feel safe next to? The gay man. That's all I'm gonna say. Because she knew she needed his support. And
I want to tell you, I think like Taylor is a vixen in disguise.
yeah, I don't think she's good for all of them. And I think Olivia's seeing it, and Olivia, like, that's why Olivia's
That's
coming
what I
out in
think.
her
They're all
shell.
like worried about Taylor.
I love that
Taylor,
Olivia
Taylor,
that
and I
Paige
could
was on
care
the
less about.
phone, was on speakerphone too when Olivia walked in, and Paige was on speakerphone too, of all people. And Paige, the first one that goes, "Oh,
Oh, I know. And that's, well, she still only really wants her bag. But they're around too many exes. They all are.
oh yeah, they all are, but they work with them. So it's like, I think
know,
Bravo
and
needs
they're
to
only on the
like,
show because they're an ex.
I think Bravo needs to tell an ex, like for example, if Allie, for example, like what if Bravo said to Raquel, okay, Raquel, you and James just broke up. You got to have a big season or you're not going to be asked back. Well,
yeah, of course.
What Raquel did might have been taking that a little too literally.
She went too far. But she didn't come back.
But I
should have showed up at BravoCon.
I think someone
special.
got in Taylor's mind and was like, you got to make yourself relevant. And she's
and
doing it in a way where like,
you don't think she's trying to be Rachel.
She's too emotional to cause problems because she gets too emotional. The person that caused problems, Raquel, stone cold. I'm going to look at you and make you feel horrible. And I'm not going to be like,
yeah, she's no Rachel. I will say that.
No.
And you know what? I'm sick and tired of her arriving with two cartons of her White Claw
energy
wannabe.
Drink.
Her White Claw wannabe.
Whatever it is. I mean, we have to say, no one gives Rachel enough credit, and we need to now. She was the perfect character to play the part that she played.
And you couldn't play that part unless you were genuinely that part.
And you were that like introverted, quiet, kind of deer in headlights, but also really calculating. And like
all at the same time, like almost the perfect murder.
She actually deserves to accept the Emmy on stage if they win, in my opinion, not Sandoval.
No, because Sandoval was just like, he was like a hot mess last season. Like
even Ariana, she doesn't even deserve it. Raquel really deserves the Emmy.
I know, the poor girl. I think
Ariana deserves the love, the fans, the mirror ball maybe, but not the Emmy. The Emmy is Rachel's.
Yeah.
Because she also came back and filmed after the reunion. We don't give that enough credit. She really saved that whole storyline because she was so unhinged.
Yeah. Oh, why am I?
Oh, am I boring you?
No, you're not. I was just thinking of something. We should have mentioned it when we talked about Beverly Hills this week, but Mo got kicked off this week.
Yeah, good.
Mauricio,
he should be. Now we can see him and his partner really get at it.
I know, because they were still going out to dinner this week, even after he was kicked off. Thursday or Friday night when they weren't practicing anymore. They were having dinner. Ooh, wouldn't that be a kick to Kyle?
Yeah.
Oh, and Kyle broke down at BravoCon too. Oh,
new housewife.
Oh, well, that'd be interesting.
And then they bring Kathy and Kim back to kill her.
Oh no, that's like a little Hallmark movie.
I mean,
a Hallmark, American Horror Story. That's what it sounds like to me. Who's your mess this week?
My mess this week on Southern Charm is Taylor.
Okay. Mine's JT because he's a disaster.
We didn't get to see his house.
And why can he drink so much, but he can't have a candy bar? I mean, there's so much more sugar in wine.
I know, but we didn't get to see his house, so I'm sparing him the mess this week.
Okay, you're still going with Taylor.
Yeah, just because she really bothered me this week.
Well, the idea she woke up in Shep's bed should bother everybody.
Yeah.
Considering. But I mean, I think I don't care for Taylor. Gee, what a surprise. But I do think that almost all of her actions are her lashing out at Shep.
Or maybe not lashing out, but it's in rebound to Shep. Like it's because of the Shep situation that these actions are happening. That's the truth.
I'm going with JT though as my mess for eternity, maybe.
I also might go with Shep this week as my mess.
Well, he was kind of messy too.
He obsessed over a ping pong game, and he said something.
I mean, like, but that's when the alcohol kicks in, the other stuff they do kick in. That's not rational.
I just need to ask a question.
Okay, what is it?
Sandoval, like, okay, I want to know why people aren't attacking Shep for that comment. All the woke folk out there, all the woke.
But sometimes
feminists.
It was fun.
Yeah. No, where you at, people? Where you at? Woke folk, huh? Feminists out there that are screaming and yelling about everything. Where are you at? Coming down on Shep.
They want to date him.
No, they want to cut down the other women. They want to cut down Raquel. They want to cut down this. They don't want to go to the guy.
That's always the way it's been.
Because when he said it's just a joke.
Yeah. Well,
but Bethany, Ramona, women aren't supporting other women. They call each other out, but no.
Poor Ramona. I think she might have been canceled.
I think she's been canceled.
I think she's been canceled.
But she did get spared by BravoCon because the press would have ate her situation up far worse, but they had so much more to go off of once BravoCon started. There was all these other stories and rumors and this and that one and this fight and that fight and this comment and that comment and Kyle crying and Vicky's cancer story and this one and that one.
Yes. And
so Ramona got lucky. The light was shined off of her.
And because we're not doing Salt Lake for a few days, we have to mention that Monica and Heather are countersuing each other.
Well, we're going to talk about them next week.
Yeah, and that also
Monica's rumored to stealing the $60,000 ring.
Oh, it's Monica.
That's who their rumor. That's what they think, but it's like a real rumor. It's just a rumor.
Oh, wouldn't
it's
that
like
be...
a funny story.
Oh, and then also Mary Cosby's son is all over the internet with all kinds of drugs at Mary's house. Yeah, with his bride.
Ooh, I can't wait to read that.
And it's like some I'm not into drugs, so I don't know, but it's something that is like a liquid something. Oh, like that syrupy stuff or whatever that Justin Bieber was doing at one time.
I'll have to see.
It's like called the Slurpee or something.
I have no idea. I'll have to check.
Yeah,
and see.
It's some type of drug that I don't know. I don't know because I'm not into drugs, but I think it sounds like the Slurpee that
I'll look into it and I'll report back as the On to Andrew podcast resident correspondent on drugs.
Yeah, there you go. And I want to remind everybody to follow us on Instagram at Aunt Andrew. I post all the time.
And subscribe, comment, view, and can keep listening because we love you so much. Toodles.